Did you know that the tragic story of slavery in the Americas isn't just tied to Africa? The Irish were among the first groups of people forced into slavery in the New World. In the 17th century, thousands of Irish men, women, and even children were captured, sold, and shipped across the Atlantic. Many ended up in brutal conditions in the Caribbean and the Americas, where they faced unimaginable hardships. Let's dive into this little-known and deeply troubling part of history. It all began in the early 1600s, a period of conflict and conquest. After the Irish Rebellion against English rule, many Irish people were rounded up and treated as spoils of war. Under the harsh policies of Oliver Cromwell, they were branded as disposable. Entire families were torn apart as men, women, and children were seized and sold as slaves to English colonies in the Americas, particularly in Barbados and other parts of the Caribbean. Their fate was one of suffering and servitude. Life as an Irish slave was grueling and violent. Many were put to work on sugar plantations in the Caribbean, enduring extreme heat, exhausting labor, and constant beatings. Like African slaves, who were often considered long-term investments, Irish slaves were viewed as expendable. This meant they were often worked to death without a second thought. Their survival rate was shockingly low, and their suffering was largely ignored by the powerful colonial elite. Despite their hardships, the story of Irish slavery has often been overshadowed or even dismissed in historical discussions about human bondage. While the transatlantic African slave trade rightfully receives global recognition, the suffering of Irish slaves remains less widely known. However, historians argue that acknowledging this chapter of history is vital. It provides a fuller, more nuanced understanding of the complex and brutal systems of exploitation that shaped the Americas. History is filled with stories of human suffering, but only by confronting them can we learn and grow as a society. The story of Irish slavery is a reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty, but also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. If you found this piece of hidden history fascinating, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from the past.